Hey, my bougie besties, welcome back to my page, Bougie Binge, where we binge, judge, and repeat over here. Yeah, let's get into it because what we doing today? Baddies USA episode 12. Let's do it. Now, per the last episode, we saw that Dolly was on the bus and then Tinka came on and Dolly straight ran up on Tinka, started macking her. They started falling down the stairs and yeah, from the looks of it, from the previews from last episode, it did look like Dolly was going to get Tinka, but now that episode 12 is here and it's the first scene coming in, yeah, Tinka got that. Tinka definitely got that. But I do feel like the stairs had a lot to do with it too, because even after that, Dolly was like, I don't even want to fight no more. The stairs just beat her ass. So she don't even think it was you that beat her ass. And I don't know. It was crazy that y'all went down the stairs, but I did also see that Tinka was getting you, Dolly. And who told Mariah Lynn that DJ Sky was outside? Who said that? Because why did she immediately pop out the bus right when DJ Sky was about to walk into the bus? You know, it gave the production told her, oh, go confront the DJ Sky real quick. There was just a fight. This is your chance to get some camera action too. Go in, go get her. So while Mariah Lynn is basically yelling all in DJ Sky's face about messing her setup, Tasiki comes off the bus and just like stands around the conversation. She's not saying nothing just yet, but I'm guessing she came down to back her friend up and also let DJ Sky know that she messed up her set too, which I saw that as well. And now DJ Sky, she's not really taking accountability. She says, things happen and you gave me the wrong song. It was not labeled correctly. So she's, at the end of the day, it sounds like she's copping pleas, making excuses, but she just gotta do better the next show. It wasn't all that bad. Whatever happened last show, the crowd did not react that badly. So let's just move on, go to the next city and do our best there, And while all that is happening, Fauna and Smiley, they're looking out from the bus window saying it doesn't give fight. It does not give that. And I agree. And I definitely agree with Fauna because what are you going to do? Fight her about this? Are you really that eager to fight somebody, especially someone that doesn't want to fight back or do nothing when that happens to her? You so eager to fight her, and then Tasiki, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Matter of fact, I know she's not going to do nothing, but it's like, why did you come down here anyway? I hope just to break it up because you going to smack DJ Sky up too for messing up your set? I don't know. I just feel like she didn't have to be outside. And Fauna's right. It's not giving fight, so just leave it the hell alone. And that's exactly what happened. After Fauna said something, oh, this isn't even worth it, everybody just started walking apart from each other because, yeah, you were just doing this for the camera, Mariah. And Lord, Dolly is just crashing out. She done got beat down by Tink in the stairs, so she just went in right in front of Biggie or right behind Biggie on the stairs. She kicked Summer in the head. Summer was by the stairs. I guess Dolly was still on the stairs and Biggie's in between them. And through Biggie, she went and kicked Summer in the head. Oh my God, she's crashing out. She's making good on all her promises. She's done. Dolly is done today. And where is Anna and Tasiki going? Like, why do they think they have this kind of privilege where they say, you know what, I'm over it. Get me in a different bus. I don't want to ride with them. Like, who the hell do you think you are? You don't have any issues with nobody on the bus. It's just some commotion going on that has nothing to do with you. So get your ass on the bus like the other girls. Just mind your business. Now Dolly and Summer are back on the bus and everybody is just shocked that Dolly actually kicked Summer in the head. And Lex is actually like, no, she didn't even do it on purpose. That was an accident, right, Dolly? Right? No, it wasn't on purpose, right? Dolly like, nah, Lex, I did it on purpose. Like, I did. I definitely wanted to kick that girl in the head, so I did that. And Lex is just in shock because she's like, oh my God, we're actually putting our hands on each other. Like, it's happening. We're actually becoming physical with one another. And Big Lex is still shocked. I think of the big three, it was definitely Big Lex and Summer that had a closer relationship. And we all know why, or at least what attributed to that, like what contributed to it, of the Summer admitting what happened between them two in the shower, that she's been spilling the tea about that. So I can see why Lex is just still holding on to Summer a little longer. But Dolly explains herself. She says, you know what, after that fight that I just had with Tinkerbella, you was downstairs with Tinkerbella. Like, that was mad weird, and that was the final straw. So I'm not gonna lie, that was her final straw. So she's like, you know what, fine, let's not be friends, but now you're over there linking up with my ops. I don't even know if it was linking up. I don't know if there was even a conversation, but Dolly seeing Tinka and Summer together was just enough for her to kick that girl in the face, and that's exactly what she did. And Summer does not agree with what she did, of course, because she got kicked in the head, duh. But yeah, she just kept calling Dolly weird, and I agree with Summer. Like, I do think it's weird, but I also see Dolly's part of, you know what, this has been going on for too long, and yeah, it's finally happening. Like, the real physical part of the big three falling apart. Oh my God, Dolly nearly got Tinka right in the face, like head first, boot next. Like, Dolly almost got Tink, but luckily she just barely missed her. And then Tinka was over there smiling like, yeah, you almost got me. I'm like, girl, you almost had to go to the dentist. She almost cracked all your teeth in. Damn, you lucky, girl. No, why did Tavy call from the back to let Biggie know that she got the fucking pan of tacos? She's like, Biggie, I got the tacos. Don't worry, I got them. Like, girl. Matter of fact, they did look good, though. I'm glad y'all eating on that bus. I heard about y'all not eating. I'm glad y'all, y'all getting some food in y'all stomach besides Doritos and Patron. Oh my God, okay, look. So they let them square up on the bus. Ain't no damn room on that bus, but they still let them fight. And I'm going to either give it a tie or give it more towards Dolly because she was getting Tink with them uppercuts. She was doing it just a little bit, not too much. So that's why I'm like, oh, it could be a tie. But, I don't know. They should never be fighting on that bus. There is no room for them to really get it on. But whatever, they did that. Yeah, okay, definitely second round on the bus again. Dolly gets that. Dolly definitely is going to get that one. Now, after the Tinka and Dolly fight is settled down, I don't know where Tink is anymore, but Dolly is now going back and forth with Summer about how she's weird for being around girls that done slapped her. She said she was around Tasiki, she was around Tinkerbella, and they both have slapped her in the past. And yeah, Dolly just calling her weird, airing her business out, saying, oh, there's people that do snow, there's people that do pills, there's people that do a lot of things. And yeah, it's getting real weird out here. And Kold Killa, she's just tired of it all. And she's saying, you know what, y'all all weird. All three of y'all are weird. You, Lex, Dolly, Summer, all three of y'all are weird because why are you once friends and now y'all not friends no more? Y'all airing each other out, y'all fighting each other. Like this is not how it's supposed to be going down. Like if anything, if I got into it with somebody, you won't never know. You would never know because I don't even air them out. That's not my character. And I definitely agree with Kold Killa. I definitely agree. I mean, I understand wanting to go tit for tat and saying, oh, well, you told my business, I'm going to go tell yours. I understand it. But at the end of the day, you could be the bigger person and just walk away like entirely and just be like, you know what? She's just running her mouth. She's just talking. Who cares? We're just not going to talk anymore. And that's it. This is a job at the end of the day. We are going to be co-workers. And they're not carrying themselves that way. Summer swears that's how she was trying to handle it, but she wasn't. She was antagonizing them. I don't know about telling no one's business, but she was antagonizing them too. And Dolly just gets to telling the business. Supposedly somebody over there doing snow, somebody doing a lot of stuff. And yeah, so Kold Killa's calling it out. And Bad Dolly, she's tired of it, of Kold Killa now. She's tired. She said, didn't I tell y'all to not be in my big three business? These my friends. Why y'all my business? Mind you, she was in Kold Killa's business not too long ago. But Bad Dolly done hit Kold Killa in her mouth. She done got Kold Killa. And of course, Dolly got that. Dolly definitely maxed her. That first punch cracked her right in the face, cracked Kold Killa right in her shit. But yeah, Dolly got that. And, security breaks it up. Fauna didn't try to jump in, so thank God. But yeah, they break it up. Kold Killa gets to saying again, like, yo, you're only doing this. You're only trying to turn a new leaf because you're canceled. Nobody likes you. And Dolly's like, if nobody likes me, why am I back on the season? Girl, you're back on the season because you're a villain. You were casted to play the villain role again, okay? Everybody has their role on Baddies. You just need to follow the program and be produced and give us what we want. Well, give Zeus what they want because apparently y'all was supposed to go all out against the Malones. It was supposed to be all the big three versus the Malones and I think, Anna versus Summer. And then Dolly and Lex get Tasiki and Krishan. That's what I heard. Meanwhile, all of this is going on and the bus is still moving. Biggie is still arguing about the tacos being on the floor now. Tavy, I don't know what happened, Tavy. What the hell did you do, Tavy? You said you had the tacos. Now the tacos on the floor. Biggie said they throwing water at her. Her wig is wet. And then she went over there and called Natalie. You know Natalie don't want to be called. She just chewed y'all all out for calling her, especially Summer. So she about to get on Biggie's ass now. Tavy, all you had to do was hold the damn tacos. There is literally so much chaos going on the bus right now. Tinkerbella and Dolly, they're back arguing. Tinkerbella is over there calling Dolly all types of perk heads, and it's the truth. Dolly has admitted to popping pills. Summer has admitted to selling her a script or a prescription to get some pills. And yeah, Dolly has admitted it. She says everybody does it. Now, I don't know who everybody is, Dolly, but I can guarantee I'm not a part of that everybody, okay? I don't do those kinds of stuff. I don't do that at all, okay? So keep that to yourself. So while Dolly is still going back and forth with Tinkerbella, Kold Killa sneaks her. She sneaks her good too. She got a couple good ones on Dolly for, and security breaks that up real quick, but Kold Killa got her get back. Now Dolly and Kold Killa are going back and forth, throwing insults at each other. Dolly's talking about Kold Killa's eyes being dark circles, and Kold Killa like, I got low iron. All bad bitches got low iron. You know what? Let me check my iron because I don't know what does that mean? Maybe I got low iron too because I am a bad bitch. What are you talking about? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And all my Gucci besties are bad bitches too. What are you talking about? So yeah, Kold Killa is going back and forth with Bad Dolly, and she's calling her, a C head, a CRACK head. And I don't know if she does that, but she does do the pills. Now, Dolly responds and she brings up kids first. I am going to call it right here is the scene where I hear Bad Dolly bring up kids first. She calls Kold Killa's daughter or her children a C head too. So this is Bad Dolly saying it. And I also want to note that in a past live, she said nothing is off limits when you're arguing with somebody. Nothing is off limits when you're arguing with somebody, and she'll go to hell. So I'm bringing that up to say, why, again, wasn't she on Summer's side when she said what she said about Tasiki? Doing what she did with Krishan when they were children? Because it's all coming together and making sense to me that, again, Bad Dolly should have got all of the smoke for why she didn't jump in for Summer when Tasiki was smacking her up in the beginning of the season. Literally, yes, Big Lex does also condone the fuck shit that Summer does and say, but it's really Bad Dolly that is with all of it. Like, she really is the one. Y'all really need to get on Bad Dolly for this because it's her that condones and even starts some shit with Summer. So again, if she said this to Kold Killa about her daughter or her children on the bus, calling them C-heads, she said in the live, oh, it can go there. I can take it all the way to hell. It don't matter when I'm arguing with somebody. And now you no longer want to support Summer for what she said about Tasiki. It's giving scary. It all is just compiling up to that Dolly is scared of Tasiki. She don't want to fight her again. I don't care if she fought her before. She is scared to do that again. That is why all of that happened. That is why this whole thing is transpiring. the whole thing, because if Summer just had one person, I think if she just had Dolly to help her fight Tasiki, she would have been fine, and she just would have not talked to Big Legs for a little bit, just for a little bit, like iced her out for a little bit, called her fake X, Y, and Z until she made it up to her some way somehow. But again, bad Dolly is the fakest one of them all. Of all three of them, she's the fakest one. Now back to the scene. Biggie is over there still on the phone with Natalie, and she's just, at this point, she's just not talking about anything. She's just keeping Natalie on the phone, and this is inappropriate. You already told her what's happening. Matter of fact, you could have just texted her. You already know that girl don't want no one calling her, but Mariah Lynn is trying to, get her to get off the phone because she peeps the play like, yo, leave that girl alone. And while that is happening, Bad Dolly goes ahead and sneaks Kold Killa, knocks her down. They both were standing in the bus on top of tables, and Bad Dolly just knocks her down and gets to macking on her again. Dolly is really not playing right now. She is really on something right now. At this moment, she's with anything, because after she gets done fighting Kold Killa, she knocks Tavy in the mouth. And she knocks Tavy in the mouth because I guess Dolly was just, after the fight with Kold Killa, like, oh, I done got in the field with mad girls, Tasiki and Ivory, something a lot of y'all girls would never do. Y'all scary. I stand on all 10. And Tavy's like, well, speak for yourself. She's not, saying it directly to Dolly. She's definitely saying it under her breath, but, it's still, we can all hear that. All the people on the bus can still hear it. So Tavy's like, what? I'm not trying to hear none of that. Matter of fact, no, Dolly, sorry. Dolly says she's not trying to hear all of that and pops her right in the mouth. Pops Tavy in her mouth. OD. They get to fighting, but security breaks it up very quickly. Yes, thank you, Lex. Let's change the topic, change the whole situation going on in the bus. Play some damn games. Yes, bring out the card games. And Smiley, she gets to saying some things on the card, and one of them says, who got the biggest BBO? Who got a BBO? And Big Wretch, she hops her little ass up, saying, I got the biggest BBO, turn around and showed us bones. She done showed us her skeleton. No thank you, Gretch. No thank you. That's not what we talking about. So thank goodness the ladies have finally arrived to Detroit. Again, let's keep in mind, that is Summer's city. Summer. Let's remember that, okay? So now the ladies have finally arrived, and Tavy gets in a confessional and says she can't think of anything else other than Bad Dolly sneaking her. And we all know what that means. Eventually, she's going to get her up with Bad Dolly. She's going to get her lick back. Next scene, it shows Natalie arriving to a store location for Backpack Boys. I believe Natalie and Biggie have a deal, and Rolly too. They all have a deal with Backpack Boys to distribute WEED, some bud, over there to all across the country, So they're there to finalize some business, to bring some more baddies into the business. And Janelle arrives, and also Tommy, and also Rolly. Rolly's there too, so 4 baddies in total. Rolly gets to confronting Tommy, but not in a I want to fight you kind of way, because they are conducting business. Rolly's just trying to talk to Tommy like, hey, our last performance, you did hit me in the nose, and, that was a little uncalled for. But I'm glad that everybody was able to laugh about it. Natalie says, oh, she does that all the time. She puts girls in headlocks. Yeah, that's happened to me so many times. Like, obviously, Natalie is playing into the, Tommy's aggressive and how many fights they've been into in the past. So they're all past it. Everybody cheers to the next show. And, yeah, I'm glad they got past it, and there was no squabbling in that store, because that would not have been cute. They all are way too grown, all of them. Meanwhile, somewhere else in Detroit, it's Tasiki, Sapphire, and Suki, and they're sitting down somewhere. It looks like a restaurant lounge, and Tasiki is updating Sapphire and Suki about what happened on the bus. But she wasn't even on the bus. But I guess she's hearing stories from the other baddies that were, and, like Biggie, maybe Biggie done talk to her, and she's filling Sapphire in. Sapphire got her notepad and her pencil, child. You know how she gets, and she's taking notes. Now, Tasiki is done filling Sapphire in, and in walks Scotty and Jayla. And, Scotty, she's there because she wants to. I think Natalie's going to show up soon, but she's talking about how Natalie went on a rant on Instagram and included her, and Jayla talking about how she went on the trip with Lemmy to Italy, and also Jayla went there to Italy too. So Scotty's just tired of Natalie going back and forth, being her friend, being not her friend, and she just wants it all to be deaded, and she wants to do that because, she's pregnant now, and she also doesn't want that to seep into her baby. She doesn't want Natalie going on rants and including her baby, because she, overall, I think Scotty's trying to say that Natalie is jealous of Scotty and Lemmy's relationship, because that's what she said. She said ever since she got with Lemmy, it's just been an issue. She doesn't like that she's going on these business trips. She doesn't like that she's doing this shopping. It's just a lot between Scotty, Lemmy, and Natalie. Okay, y'all, Natalie is not showing up to this meeting, and she actually texted Jayla to meet up somewhere else for Taco Tuesday, so I guess they all gonna go to get some tacos. So the ladies, they get off the bus, and they have arrived at this venue in Detroit called The Locker Room, and a lot of their fans are there to meet them. They get inside, they're partying, baddie shot o'clock. Big Gretch walks up to Jayla, says, hey, we need to talk. I'm not sure about what, but okay. Then Janelle, she gets in the confessional and says, you know what? There's too much space and opportunity here. There's about to be a fight. She has a good eye. Very good eye, because yes, there will be a fight. Definitely. You're right. There's too much space and opportunity for these girls to get into it. And I don't know if she already knows that Dolly done fought 3 other girls already before arriving. So yeah, it's about to go down. You're right, Janelle. And sure enough, Janelle, you were right. You were absolutely right, because Kold Killa actually puts belt to face to Dolly. Yes, like quite literally, belt to face. She grabbed her belt and snuck Dolly like twice in her face. Bow, bow, bow. with a belt, an actual belt. I know that hurt. I'd rather get punched in the face than a belt to the face. Ouch. Earlier, Rolly was trying to tell Bad Dolly to calm down, have a good time, get you some tacos and some tequila, girl. Loosen up. Dolly was not trying to hear that, though. She was not trying to hear it because she was still on 10 from the bus. And yeah, that's when Kold Killa ran up on her. Now, Dolly, she over there throwing the Don Julio, acting a damn foolio. So yeah, Dolly is definitely on one. She wants anybody to run up, anybody. And it looks like Tavy is up first because Kold Killa already, put the belt to face quite literally. So maybe soon, maybe later on, it's going to be her and Kold Killa. But right now, she wants Tavy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that fight with Tavy and Dolly, okay, I'm gonna say that was a tie. If it's not a tie, if y'all really want me to pick somebody, then I'm gonna give it to Tavy. Just by a little bit. But they was both getting in there. They were in there. Okay, next fight, Dolly again. Now this time it's Dolly and Kold Killa, and that fight was very quick. But if I'm gonna give it to somebody, then I guess Dolly. She got a couple of, like 2 or 3 max hits first time, and then Kold Killa was just, stumbling back, and then security broke it up. So nothing much happened. Then there was a second fight. Again, security broke that up very quickly because they were squaring up mad long. Like how earlier in the season, Tinka and Kold Killa was squaring up mad long. Yeah, that was happening again. But yeah, these two fights with Kold Killa and Dolly wasn't much happening. But if anybody gonna get it, I'll just give it to Dolly or a tie, And again, Dolly is bringing up Kold Killa's daughter. She says something actually very, very disgusting. Something that includes SA to Kold Killa's daughter, and that was just, that was just disgusting. I can see right now that on social media that Dolly is having a revitalization with her music. The F Dolly song is doing a lot of numbers. I think it's at 1 million streams right now, or Sponsor My Act Bad. That's the song that has 1 million streams. But after this episode came out and y'all heard what she said about her daughter, are y'all still streaming? What's going on there? Are y'all still going to stream that song? Because look at what she said. And Scotty, you're right. She only went 1 round with Tavy because she was in there. They both was in there and she didn't want to get beat down no more. That's exactly why she went more rounds with Kold Killa, because that's a easier fight than Tavy. Oh my gosh, y'all, so much just popped off because Dolly, Lex, Nunu, Suki, and Sapphire, they all step out the tent or outside the venue, and they're talking about what started this all anyway. And Big Lex is trying to explain for Dolly because Dolly over there is smoking a cigarette, but Big Lex trying to say, well, Dolly was on the bus saying something and Tavy took it to heart, nobody else did, and I don't know who brought up whose daughter first, when we all seen that it was Dolly that brought up Kold Killa's daughter. But of course Big Lex don't want to say that because that's her friend. She don't want to be on TV admitting that her friend is wrong. You need to tell that bitch she's wrong. But anyways, Summer arrives to the damn venue. She arrives in a black truck alone, or so we thought, alone. And she comes through the back to the venue of the locker room. And immediately, Summer's like, oh, how is going to get dirty in the D? How dirty is going to get in the D? And Dolly says, you know what? How dirty? Immediately, boom, Dolly gets her. Dolly's getting Summer. Dolly and Summer are officially fighting right now. And some girl in a pink sweatsuit, most likely one of Summer's peoples, tries to jump Dolly. Well, Summer's peoples, that girl in a sweatsuit, she didn't do a good job because Dolly is still standing. And matter of fact, they got into it another round. So round 2, Dolly gets in on Summer again. And Dolly definitely got that. Like, who else would get that? Of course, Dolly would. All of the baddies that are around, they are shocked that all of this is going on. They can't believe that Dolly and Summer actually put their hands on each other. And of everybody who was most affected by this, Big Lex is somewhere crying. She is being consoled now by Sapphire, Tasiki. Even Scotty is around. They're all like, I can only imagine how you feel. You're stuck in the middle. And she is. Lex is over there crying. She can't believe what's actually happening right now. And Summer, she sees Lex crying. She doesn't really care, but she gets to telling Rolly and the other baddies that's a crackhead, calls Dolly a crackhead. Call her a crackhead. Now, Tasiki, she goes over to Bad Dolly to let her know, like, hey, I know we not cool, but girl, your face is scratched up, like you're bleeding, like there's blood running down your face because there's a scratch. Summer scratched you, and she's like, oh, it don't matter. I'm a hard body beauty. It don't even matter. And she's trying to let Dolly know that Big Lex is over there crying, and Bad Dolly offers up information that nobody asked for. She went and said that Big Lex is crying because Summer ate her coochie. Tasiki is shocked like everybody else because Tasiki goes over to Summer like, why are you over there spreading rumors that Big Lex and y'all was eating each other out? Summer looks surprised. She's like, what? How do you know that? So it was Dolly that spread the business from the jump. And that is where the episode ends. It ends off with Summer confirming that, yeah, I ate her coochie and she ate mine. What's up? The previews, it shows everybody is talking about it. Big Lex confronts Summer right then and there. Right then and there when the rumor comes out, she confronts her. And Summer says, oh, I didn't say nothing about you. Everybody around that table said, no, Summer, you're lying. You definitely did say something. So Big Lex did have a live like a month or 2 ago where she said whenever Summer was approached about the rumor, she acted like she never said that, X, Y, and Z. And technically, she did not start it. That Bad Dolly started it. But Summer confirmed it. She could have just said, oh, no, that's not true. That's a crackhead. I told y'all she a crackhead. She lying right now. But no, Summer went along and said, yup, it's true. What's up? Then, yeah, yeah, it looks like next episode, Big Lex is done with Summer too, because I guess that's when she gets Summer. She gets her really good. If Summer is mad about Tasiki slapping her around, the fights with Dolly, the fights, just the overall fights that she's had thus far, this fight with Big Lex, it looks brutal. It looks brutal. Thank y'all for staying to the end of the video. Again, y'all my bougie besties. Y'all was locked in to the end. What's up? This is Bougie Binge, and I'm out. Bye.